Hi, I'm Tony Christopher, and this is your UFX Markets Week in Review. Today, we will cover some of the major events of the past week and discuss how they impact the global currency markets. The dollar increased for the first time in 3 weeks against the euro as the Federal Reserve held back from additional asset purchasing and extended its maturity extension plan. On the 20th of June, the Federal Reserve cut its forecast for 2012 U.S. growth and extended Operation Twist, an economic stimulus plan to buy longer maturing debt. At a summit held in Rome last Friday, German Chancellor Merkel, Italian Prime Minister Monti, French President Hollande, and Spanish Prime Minister Rajoy said they would lobby Eurozone partners to accept a growth plan of about 130 billion euros. German business confidence declined to a 2-year low in June, and Spanish 10-year borrowing costs increased above the level of 7% last week for the first time in 15 years. The euro was last seen trading at level of 1.2571 against the US dollar, which is an increase of 0.26%. The Canadian dollar declined this week against the US dollar, and the Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney stated that he may raise interest rates. The Canadian dollar was last trading at the level of 1.0242 against the US dollar last Friday. In the United Kingdom, 30-year government bonds increased on speculation that the Bank of England will increase its bond buying program, focusing purchases on longer maturity debt. The sterling stabilized against the US dollar last Friday, cutting losses from the day before when a ratings downgrade of the world's major banks reduced investor appetite for riskier currencies. The British banks Barclays, HSBC, and RBS were among 15 banks downgraded by the rating agency Moody's last Thursday. The British pound was last trading at the level of 1.5583 against the US dollar, which is a decrease of minus 0.04%. Oil was trading near a low of 8 months and may be headed for a second weekly decline on further signs that a global economic slowdown will curb fuel demand. Oil was last trading at the level of $79.76 a barrel, which is an increase of 1.99%. Gold increased for the first time in 5 days last Friday, stemming the biggest weekly loss in over 6 months as the deepening debt crisis in Europe increased demand for the precious metal. Gold was last seen trading at the level of $1,572.19 an ounce, which is an increase of 0.41%. Well, that is all the time we have for today. I hope you've enjoyed this week's review and you'll join us next week. Until then, be sure to visit us at ufxmarkets.com for all your online trading needs. For UFX Markets, I'm Tony Christopher. Good luck and happy trading.